All right. Let's kick it off. All right. This is the first official for the podcast with the legit backdrop, the lighting, the set. Yeah, a set that might stay this way, depending. People don't know. First of all, I'm Lano.
Michael.
This is
Manchildren.
Title up there. It's gonna be cool. It's like digital. All right, but yeah, this is set up. This is my room. People don't know. I don't want to get a full shot. It's kind of a fucking mess. Michael heard me losing my fucking mind earlier. PD came in, my roommate, and asked me, what's happening? Because I'm in here. Motherfucker! You fucking piece of shit. I just get really pissed off when the smallest minute things go wrong.
Would that be considered type A personality?
I think so. I'm a little both because, I'm pretty chill. I'm very I don't care about, I don't have a lot of investment in things in the world. I don't care enough about what's going on in the world. But my world, anything disrupts that.
I think all our friends know that Lano's slightly, no, completely obsessive.
Yeah.
With everything.
Yeah.
So if you were to turn the camera and you would see his room at this point, and it's only only because we're filming, we have all kinds of wires and lighting everywhere.
It's a shit show. We'll put a screenshot up here. I'll get a shot of what it looks like.
You can just tell he's crawling out of his skin.
Yeah.
Hey, you remind me of Rosa. Rosa, being my wife, you guys' cleanliness is like next to godliness.
You're kind of like it too, though. You get
things,
bothered by little hairs, like if hair falls off a beard or whatever.
And that drives my wife insane. But like to me, like I'm a pig.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I'm a pig. Thank whatever being that created us or the universe that Rosa's in my life because she keeps me in check. But for the most part, I am disgusting. Yeah. But then there's those random things that you just said. I freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like dog hair is one. I love dogs with all my heart, but keep them out of my house.
But you have a Schnauzer, which doesn't really have the hair issue like other dogs, like Rios, my roommate's dog.
Jesus,
everywhere.
Man.
If you walk in, you catch a glare from the kitchen window coming in. Every day, if I sweep it, it's right back on the ground again.
I recently had a Lyft driver, beautiful car, pull up, extremely nice lady. But when I jumped into her back seat, it was just like a white coat of dog hair, and it drove me insane because I typically wear like all black.
Yeah.
And it was just like I was sitting in it, and like my skin was crawling. And the car smelled great. It looked clean, like no trash. But that dog hair, I was just like, fuck my life.
I tell you, I used to be that way. I am that way a little bit because I'm anal retentive. I'm probably OCD. I've never had anything. I never went to a doctor for anything. Even now, I have medical. I don't know why I wanted this new job for them. Like, I had a new job. I'll get full medical. I have medical, dental. I won't go to the fucking doctor. I'll probably end up leaving the job before I actually go anywhere.
I can't talk. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like Rose is always like, go to the dentist. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Like you have an appointment.
Yeah. Yeah, I want some veneers. Maybe I'll do that someday. Stand down these vampire teeth. But I said with the whole thing, I'm anal. I'll lint roll or I'll do everything. I was the only kid in school that had a lint roller with him at all times, Jesus. And I'd roll. I've been guilty of people standing in line, people I don't know. If they have a hair, like a long hair hanging off their back, I'll try and get it without them noticing, like whip it off.
Yeah, that creepy guy.
Yeah, just because it's just like an OCD.
I didn't know lint rollers were around. Like I didn't know they were even in existence until like what. Late 20s?
I had them in different reloads and everything at my house. I just keep doing it over and over again. But this room right here is really driving me crazy. All I'm doing is really sleeping and mainly going to work, but just moving around. I bought a chair that we're, going to try and use for the podcast setup. This is what we kind of rested on. 2 palms. Initially, we were trying to go with this childhood thing. Like we're going to put I wanted some cool a backdrop. Some type of wood grain or something, but then I went to Goodwill and found this, and it looked very like masculine. It looked like a den.
No. That picture. Yeah, I'm all trying to.
We can see ourselves.
That picture that's the epitome of my childhood.
Yeah.
That was.
I think we brought up your grandma had something similar to this. Yeah.
She had multiple, and they were like paint by number. My grandma was an amazing painter, and I grew up with these types of paintings. So like this was just like. When you brought that out, I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
And I thought Goodwill would be ranked up on price because everything's overpriced at Goodwill.
100% clothes-wise, yeah.
Because it feels cheap, but from a distance, and you look close, it has no texture to it. It looks like a legit texture, I guess, from a famous artist that you looked. What year was this guy popping stuff out? 1800s, I think.
Something like that.
Robert Wood.
Yeah.
Big ups to Robert Wood if you're still kicking, or if you're underground.
1800 if you're still alive.
He could be a zombie painter.
But we had like this. We had this idea. Well, I was trying to push this idea. If you guys have ever seen the movie Jack with
it was a good idea.
Robin Williams.
I can't believe it.
The childish like font they used for the movie, for Manchildren across. Like I thought it was such a great idea.
It was a great idea.
But it's just the whole process of getting someone to paint it, getting someone to fucking do it.
We know somebody who could possibly do it.
Yeah.
You know? But then we're risking the painting not being what we want it to be.
Yeah.
So hence, we don't see it right here, but you guys see it. It says Manchildren right there. But neon. I was thinking maybe we could pay somebody to put neon behind it and wire it through, but then there's no space.
When you showed me that was perfect. Yeah. The whole set's like kudos to Lano. I contributed nothing.
Yeah, Michael's gonna kick in money. We're gonna buy lights and stuff. Everything's gonna be a joint venture. I think Michael. I'm surprised Michael and I have gotten together this many times to actually do this thing. We're both the epitome of procrastinator slackers, and Michael proved it today. I'll come over early because I know you got to wake up early. He gets here late.
I'm currently on vacation right now.
I know he's on vacation.
That's to your point.
Yeah. But Mike, I'll allow it for this week alone because of one reason, and Michael's birthday was yesterday on the 27th, which is awesome. Happy birthday to Michael.
Yeah.
And so he's taking his time away from work, and both of us work at the same place, and we know how the stresses of work can be.
Have to. It's life and laziness.
Yeah.
Life and laziness. Yeah. That's all
it's so easy, and we're good at it.
Oh my god,
we're really good at being lazy without being scumbags. I don't think we're scumbags, but we're lazy.
We work.
Yeah,
we work really hard.
We work.
I do extra stuff for everyone.
Yeah, people like us at work.
But when you actually get time to yourself, like I barely take PTO.
Oh no,
barely. But back to my birthday. The most important thing.
Yeah.
Was yesterday actually.
Yeah.
The
big
Rosa
3-7.
Oh shit, yeah. I had like a moment yesterday where I was like, "Fuck, I'm 37 years old." Like shit.
I've had that a few times.
You have like moments of like I feel like some days I feel like fuck, I'm still like early 20s, like I'm a teenager, but then I'm like, children just keep pointing at it.
This is why. This is literally why
I just see other people at like their late 30s and they're like got their shit together, and
I see a guy tying his shoe, and I'm like, how the fuck did he do that? How the fuck did he tie his shoe?
Don't get me wrong,
I don't
like
tie my shoes.
In the grand scheme of things, I have a great wife. I have a career.
Yeah, you have a career. Hey, the whole career thing, we can talk about that later, but you never have to have a dead set career, and being a man child or whatever, I think we're constantly going to be in search of something we really want to do. We haven't found it. It might take the eternity till where we're gray and old man and we're doing this, like we're talking about, I just turned 89 yesterday. But in this case, I think we're on a good track.
Yeah.
We're late bloomers for sure. That was possible, one of the names that we're going to pick, but it's, we're getting, like, us doing this is pretty awesome to me. This is probably the most productive thing you and I've done together.
Yeah,
like we've been friends, and the reason we got along as friends so immediately was we met each other, and I think we just got a vibe like, oh, this guy's just kind of like me. And we've been the nicest slackers ever. We don't smoke weed. We don't you would think if you met us, you'd be like, oh, you guys don't want to do anything. It's not that we're after. When we actually go out and do it, I think we can entertain people. We're friendly to be around.
Absolutely.
But if to our own devices, we're kind of just like, binge an entire season of a show, and just Michael and I have sat next to each other multiple times and not said anything. We could just kind of telepathically.
That's friendship. I feel like it's past friendship at some point. It's family at this
family,
point
for sure.
But no, like I literally had that moment. We went to my wife and my two sister-in-laws and my little niece went to Disneyland, which I haven't been in years, but dude, it was amazing. Like, besides the weather, it was like 90 degrees, and it was it was the one day it was fucking hot. Like today's like kind
of chill. It's been nice, 70 maybe.
But I was telling Lano earlier that we did a lot of kid rides because my niece is, I believe, 2. Don't yell at me, Rosa. But it was fun because at an older age, like you take everything in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I really enjoyed it at this point. I knew what not to do, what to do, how much money to spend, and
I'm interested. How much did you spend?
Guess.
I would say each ticket is $100.
No. Oh, okay, so
did you get the mother-in-law hookup?
My lovely mother. No, my lovely wife.
Oh yeah.
Bought it as a present. Part of my present was she paid for all of the tickets. She paid for future reference, anyone listening, get the jumper pass. It's like $20 extra. Dude, we bypassed like lines that were like an hour and 45 minutes.
Is it still, can you plan out on like the app now or something like that ahead of time?
Yeah. So what we did was
we had like a certain amount per.
I think what my wife was doing and my sister-in-law, Liana, they were just doing like 2 or 3 rides ahead because, again, with a 2-year-old, it's hard to like kind of figure out.
Especially sitting in a line with a kid for a long time.
She was an angel. That kid is smart as hell. But, well, she did like a few rides and it was like seeing the line like hour and 45 minutes and you just jumping in and going straight to the door. Yeah, you like felt like a VIP.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Happiest place on earth, motherfucker.
I'm all eating an ice cream sandwich.
You can't afford 20 extra bucks. Cheap motherfuckers.
Cheap bastards.
Yeah. Little kid just happy birthday.
Just spitting in their
I know. Just throw their shit on
You're
the ground.
fucking trash.
Yeah. Smash their ears. I'll teach you not to spend $20.
Yeah. But it was good. It was cool, really cool. Guess.
I would say everybody. So I'm saying,
how much? Okay, so
I'm guessing it's like all together,
like the tickets
for all of you guys, like $500 something bucks.
So I don't know how much she spent. She spent on the tickets, parking, and then the jumper. But in the park, I told her I was like, I'll buy food, I'll buy souvenirs, and all this other shit.
Now you're splitting it.
Less than $100.
What?
Less than $100.
Like you spent less than $100.
Less than $100.
But Rosa went all out.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure she spent a couple $100. I don't even know.
You're like, it was free. It was, dude. You ever been to Disneyland? It is free. Is that what women feel like? Is that what women feel like when we go?
I'm listening to it now, and I'm like, fuck. Like on the car ride home, I was just like, dude, I didn't spend anything. Yeah. Fuck yeah, this was.
It was
such
like being a kid.
Trip.
It was like going on
now
with my mom.
Like a piece of shit.
Yeah. But hey, let us feel like that because normally that's probably what like when we take girls on dates and like,
well,
dang, you were wined and dined.
They're the smarter halves.
Did
like,
you have to put out at the end of it?
They're the smarter halves. Like Rosa's way more intelligent than I am. She's like, oh yeah, baby, we didn't spend anything. And I'm like, yeah, I'm all like a fucking.
No, that's cool. Yeah, because I know I can break the fuck. The reason I don't go to Disneyland that much is because of the price of everything. Yeah, it's like an investment a lot of times, unless you got to hook up or somebody works for a hotel chain or something, or able to get a discount or something like that.
So, okay, again, I don't know. I feel like a jerk now because I'm going to look at it and I think her even more. But I don't know how much the tickets were and the parking and all that. I'm pretty sure it was hundreds.
I think the parking is more than the freaking tickets to get into the park or something.
No, but like we brought my wife is a she prepares for everything. Snacks everywhere. She's the one that's mapping out. I know. I'm a great person. Yeah. She deserves me. I swear. Yeah. I swear. But she had snacks, waters, and I complained the whole fucking time. I feel like a jerk now. I'm listening to myself. I'm like, this backpack's so heavy.
It has all the nourishment we need for the day.
What were you thinking?
You're gonna keep me from dehydrating, you dummy.
But her cousins, which we just call them our sisters.
Yeah.
They grew up since birth in the same house. They are sisters, and I call them my sister-in-laws. But they brought snacks too, and they're very like giving, and so everything.
It was Deanna and
Dennis.
Okay.
Yeah. Denny. Damn, I forgot her name because I called her
another retroactive.
September
her birthday,
baby.
Her birthday just passed. Too.
Happy birthday. Yeah, we all went, and the little one, Sophia, which was really, really cool because just to see her have fun at Disney.
First time, right?
No, I think she's been there a few times now.
So she's a little jaded.
She's like, ew.
Yeah. When Snow White comes up, she's like, bitch, please. You're canceled, Rachel Zegler.
Oh, wait. What was that? I heard something
yeah,
about that.
I think they fired her.
Why?
Because on a side note, everybody knows about this new Snow White movie that was coming out, and they got rid of the dwarves, put one dwarf actor in it, and the rest of them were like magical people. It was like, very fluid and stuff like that.
I only say no because I remember the social media and like just people in general were making fun of how harsh. No, I'm not even gonna say harsh. How open her comments were.
Oh yeah, she made it. She basically shat all over the original, like the story. She called Prince Charming a creep. She's like, that's kind of creepy. He's like stalking her and stuff. Like she just bad mouthing. Not good publicity at all for Disney. Not what they need right now. But basically, a lot of people are just upset that. I don't even think the fact that she's Latina or anything like that bothered them as much. It was just kind of she was shitting all over what the story was, and they got rid of the dwarves completely. So it was 7 magical people. And they were all different sizes and stuff. It looked like
what?
It looked like Burning Man. People at Burning Man or something. They all look like hipsters or whatever. Like people made candles in their own boots or something. And it was literally like one picture of that shown, and people lost their minds. And they're complaining about they're taking jobs from dwarves and stuff. And a lot of dwarf activists were like, "Hey, we want those actual roles. We don't mind if it's called the 7 dwarves and stuff." Oh. But she kept going with Snow White doesn't need a man, this and that, she does stuff for herself. She's going to be the woman that her father always wanted her to be. Like, that's not the story,
Do you think at that point, do you think her publicist or someone was kind of like controlling the narrative, or do you think it was her as an actress?
I think just her kind of, they feel that they can say anything and not be untouched if they're saying it towards against a certain thing. I feel
like at this time period, this time era, you can't trust anyone. You can't even trust the movie studios at this point. Yeah. Like maybe they were pushing this point and they saw the backlash and they were just like, oh no, like let's leave her. And again, I don't know what's what. And
from what I caught on, like Instagram
or
YouTube, I watched a lot of stuff.
I definitely saw her interview where she was like, I was like, don't get me wrong, like have your opinion. I love it when certain movies go a different direction and like have their creative,
but not shit on the original source material.
Like, come on, man.
And she's kind of shitting on that was like the first Disney movie that Walt Disney actually did the cartooning and everything for. He was part of it, big deal for Disney. And she was like, Prince Charming following her around, weird. She kept doing this weird thing. She kept saying weird, like just making fun. And she almost made it seem like the actor who was playing Prince Charming was not important that he was even there or not, which is kind of crappy for him too, It was just so weird. But I think I will have to look it up a little more. But there's word that she might be fired and they're canceling the movie, even though it's been filmed, the majority of it and stuff like that. I hope they do. Just kind of, if you're going to do a live action one, even the Little Mermaid movie still followed like the story of the Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
Who cares? You interchange the characters all you want.
I'm not a big, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the live action movie. I love, like, Disney movies were my childhood. Lion King, Snow White.
That was my jam. Lion King was my jam. Man.
Yeah, my grandma, like, I was, when I was growing up, I was outside, don't get me wrong. We played in the backyard. We had like the wreckage of a tugboat that my dad used to like, work on in the backyard. So that was like our kingdom, our playpen. Yeah. But we sat in front of the TV. We consumed a lot of TV. I was raised by TV as well. But Disney was it for us. I remember watching VHSs at the Boys and Girls Club of Lion King, of Casper. Casper's a Disney movie, right?
I think the live action one might have been made by it. I think the other one, maybe Hanna-Barbera or some other cartoon studio. But I know what you're getting.
I grew up on that shit. So
Saturday morning cartoons and stuff like that. Yeah.
So the live action ones, I'm not a big fan of. They creep me out.
Yeah, none of them ever interest me. I'm trying to think of one has been
the Lion King one was weird to me.
Yeah,
it was really weird.
And the weird thing is because I think the reason we like Lion King is because they emote non-realistic facial expression, like they make expressions that animals wouldn't make, which made it funnier and goofy. But in the new one, they actually make faces as animals. You can't get the personalities like you did through the cartoon. The cartoon can emote all this crazy stuff.
I think also Little Mermaid you can't film underwater. It just looks weird to me.
Yeah. Sometimes
Aquaman was weird.
Yeah, that's a little weird unless you Avatar, the new one. Have you seen the new one?
No.
Which is Disney. Because they film it underwater.
But also Avatar is they're not. How am I going to put this? It's not a human. It's it looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's an alien, a CGI character. Yeah.
So it mixes.
Yeah.
Whereas like you have who's the king in Little Mermaid? It's Benicio del Toro. Is it?
No, it's Javier Bardem.
Javier. Those two I always get mixed up. Great actors. No, they're great actors.
They're not both Mexican. One's Spanish. One's.
They're great. You brought up race. Yeah. They're great actors.
Mm-hmm. They're all the same.
You're
not good. Michael's just like, yeah, I watch all these movies. I don't know anybody.
It just looks weird with them acting underneath water.
Yeah.
So it's that whole, but Disney, great. That sucks to hear that.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah,
it is.
But I guess we had no skin in the game either. We probably weren't going to care regardless. But
it's something I would never watch.
Yeah. But I said like stuff you grew up on, which brings us probably to another topic we could talk about is your birthday and also related to the 90s, which is a good era of all that stuff. All those movies came out in the 90s.
Yep.
And your party is coming up. We're going to do it on the weekend. Is 90s theme.
Yep.
And we're going to and mainly it's going to be TGI Fridays.
TGI Friday,
which is ABC, which is also Disney.
Growing up watching that was the greatest. That if for you, the listeners that don't really know, it was ABC. I would say around like 7 or 6 o'clock it started. It was a block of around 4 shows.
Usually 4.
And family friendly. It was, what was it called? Step by Step.
Family Matters is probably the flagship ones.
Family Matters. Boy Meets World.
Perfect Strangers when it first came out.
Sabrina was in there too. Those shows were just like, they're campy. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. They're campy. I've been on like this not tick. What would you call it? Like kick of watching Home Improvement.
Yeah. I did it too on Hulu when I found it. It was just something about
magical.
Like it wasn't TGI Fridays, but it was in the ABC realm of that world, that type of humor, that type of stuff. And it was the funniest of all of them because of Tim Allen's humor. I think he was the best.
Just the look, the feel. It was great. So I wanted to bring something like that back to it because we're all older now, and I feel like we could really appreciate it. A few birthdays ago, we did a movie night outside and in the backyard, and projector. Lano actually set up everything for movie wise. Did his own commercials, everything, which was great. We're kind of going for that whole thing, 90s commercial. Everyone brings their own lawn chair, enjoy snacks, drinks.
Already building up Super Soaker commercials. I just sent you the other one, the late night Celine Dion albums or like the compilation albums. And
you used to
like
hate hearing them, but
now
now
you're like, that was a jam. And I said I want to end it with the Mexican national anthem with the flag and everything.
You know, at that point,
that's how long we're watching TV.
Needs to be in bed.
Yeah, I was like that because it's that was our alarm to go to bed. When that came on, you're just like, all right, time to go to bed. Mexican.
So was that
anthem.
okay?
Question. Yeah, we're gonna say if we get any fans, if we get anybody from this, we'd want to know. We're here in Southern California, San Diego area, so we're right next to the border.
I'm assuming that's like a broadcasting thing.
Yeah, and I think it is a broadcasting thing with XETV, which was, I think, at least they used the antennas from Mexico, I believe, for like Channel 6 down here and things like that.
Because I know that's also radio too, because that's a certain like time. I believe like the rock stations, the ones that are out in Baja.
Yeah.
They play the national anthem.
Yeah. I think we all use the same.
But as a child, you saw that flag waving,
and I was so dead tired. But I got up in the middle of the night and I would just put my sombrero down.
But you knew that go to fucking bed.
Yeah, go to bed.
Go to bed.
Yeah, you're like I'm kind of up late, But my mom never cared, I don't think she bothered. She would just sleep through everything, so I don't think it mattered. But that's part of it. The commercials, the music, the shows. We got a group of the shows that you want to watch. Halloween theme, since it is October now, or coming up. October
all
coming
Halloween
up.
Theme episodes. I think it'll be a great time. We have talking about that. We just went to the store today and we bought all the snacks. We're gonna do hot dogs as well, pizza, nachos, just kind of like a movie theater atmosphere. But
we need Sunny D.
No one's gonna drink that shit.
But at least one or two.
That's one of the nastiest
and just something purple
ever.
Stuff. We need purple stuff.
First off,
and Sunny D.
We're gonna jump into this. I don't like orange juice.
All right. Sorry, technical difficulties. I have a dumbass light and kept turning off. But Mike was talking about how bomb Sunny D. I wasn't really a fan of Sunny D either.
Sunny D was disgusting.
It's 90s.
Orange juice in general.
Yeah.
I'm
Especially
not.
after brushing your teeth, it's so good.
Oh, fuck. I'm not. I now know I'm not a citrus person. I hate tart. To me, that and fucking Rose and I were just talking about that lemonade. Lemonade's
tart is my jam. That's why my teeth are all fucked up. Yeah, the enamel's gone because it's just lemonade.
I'm a sweet type of person. But back to Sunny D. Sunny D's not even orange juice. That shit tastes like watered down. Like
it was spicy.
Yeah, what the?
Yeah,
fuck
I was like,
is
it was
that?
like early tequila for me. Like,
so gross.
Hey, you guys want a shot of this? You know, shot of.
It
Sunny
was
D?
just so weird. Like I remember my mom, during school, like I want to say elementary school. Every now and then I would get a packed lunch because I was a child of fucking
Capri Sun though, right? You don't fuck with Capri Sun?
No, I love Capri Sun.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as a child, we were poor.
We should do that thing, Capri Suns, but you inject them. You pop a little hole, and you inject the booze into it, and you take it out. It's such a small one, and then you put it in the cooler. Yeah, people do it all the time. You spike the Capri Suns, and you have alcoholic Capri Suns. That might be a good idea to do last second. You just inject them.
What do you get to, like a syringe?
Yeah, there's a bunch of homeless people live under the bridge over here. I could probably get one from there. But a syringe, and I put either like you put wax or whatever, and you melt it over it or something like that.
So Lano, as a 37-year-old, I have liquor on a cabinet.
No, you kind of go
spike
theme.
my
but
drinks.
I'm a theme guy. My party has a theme.
That. Like, quit being lazy. Go take a shot.
Lazy. I'm putting so much work into what I was doing.
Where were we at? We were fucking.
Yeah, you said Sunny D.
It was disgusting.
Yeah,
disgusting. Oh, we were talking about lunch.
Yeah.
No, my mom would she'd give me Lunchables every now and then, which was great, and she worked her ass off. But she would give me like little Sunny D things, and dude, those things were nasty. I used to give those things away all the fucking time. They were just like currency.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had that thing. It was always Capri Sun, lemonade like crazy, and Gatorade. Gatorade's always been my jam. Anything watered down with a little bit of flavor is my thing. The Mio revolution for me was the best thing ever. Water with some flavor in it, shake it up, but it's still watery because I can't drink just water by itself for some reason.
I grew up with soda.
I can't.
Fucking
my brother was like the same way, but I couldn't drink it.
So again, where we grew up, small town, Wilcox, Arizona. We had the soda machines that were a quarter.
Yeah.
So you'd get fuck yeah. But it wasn't like
no,
it wasn't your legit
2
sodas.
bits. It was 2 bits. I've seen the town. It was 2 bits there.
It wasn't like your legit Coca-Cola or Pepsi. It was
Boca-Bola. They couldn't even make it. I was just knockoff.
Vibrant ass colors.
Yeah. Mr. Pibb. It was
it was not even Mr. Pibb.
Did you guys get Shasta? You guys didn't even get the brand. Oh, Dr. Tim. He actually worked there. He was our doctor. He just made
like,
soda.
What the fuck? Oh, that's all. We grew up on that shit. Like, I love that. Nowadays, I can't really have soda because it's like, damn,
it's just pure poison.
Death in a fucking can.
I think that the best way to clean your pennies, if you guys are coin collectors, is just dip them in.
When you start watching YouTube videos of how to clean metal.
Oh, yeah, how to clean metal. They're like, just pour soda. I even seen where they're like, you want to break into the back of a car window? You just pour Red Bull on the back and like Coca-Cola, and it just shatters from the chemical. Yeah, watch it. There's like soda and a certain mix of like certain things you pour, and it just shatters the back window.
Fucking playing.
No, yeah, well, we could probably pull it up here later on. I think we could watch it.
That's insane.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go. We have YouTube here, and this isn't.
Prove it.
Yeah.
This is the type of shit we're ingesting.
Yeah.
Dude.
Breaking.
I'm gonna say it, and a lot of viewers or listeners, whatever you want to call you guys, yeah, we were the toughest generation.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, World War II. We're the toughest generation.
Fucking boomers.
Okay, here it is. Okay. We're going to watch
I'm just kidding about that.
We're going to watch this video.
My grandfather. World War II. Love him.
Oh, the Gatorade first.
This is fake.
And he's doing it on a window he doesn't care about.
This is fake.
Now watch. So Gatorade. My mix, me and you combined. My Gatorade.
This is fake.
No.
Mama. They're probably going to
There's a bunch of different ones. There's a bunch of different ones. Oh, Monster. So carbonated drinks. Right? Let's say just carbonated drink. We know Monster's garbage.
He has like this video on right now that
we're gonna show it.
Okay.
Oh, totally she was all damn. Okay, maybe that wasn't it. You gotta find the right mix, right? All right, let's see these guys. Right? Let's see Red Bull. They're all damn. They're all disappointed. This guy's wearing goggles, so he knows it's gonna go.
They're gonna throw something at it. That's bullshit.
Prove that, Michael.
That's bullshit.
Conspiracy, my ass.
That is bullshit.
That's all real, Michael.
No, it's not.
I think that's what
they threw that.
They don't.
What
use,
is that? What is the?
It's
spark
proven
plug?
because the fire department doesn't use the Jaws Life anymore. They just bring cans of soda to get you out of the car.
Oh, what has this conversation turned into?
Yeah, I know this one, the spark plug.
Oh
yeah, that's it for sure. But we'll bring up another video next time for sure. And that one. Oh, this is the alien thing. We'll get back to
we'll get jumping all over the place.
Because this podcast is about the hard-hitting topics. Breaking window with soft drinks and aliens, dude.
That the Mexican government has what? Co-signed?
Yeah, well,
no.
Okay, so a lot is coming out after this.
Yeah.
A lot is coming out after this.
Yeah, the guy's a kook.
Yeah,
and
kind of crazy.
The Mexican government gave him a platform to talk about it.
Yeah.
Which
media
media
I swear. I won't talk about the aliens. I swear. I'm going to talk about the budget.
Media ran with and said that Mexican government discovered aliens. Yeah. No, they gave the gentleman a platform, and he told. Which I was letting Lana know. I was watching other interviews with other, I guess you can say, the scientific community outside of Mexico. Just saying like, hey, make the evidence available so we can confirm.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say like, hey, my country says it's real, so it's real. And don't get me wrong,
I saw an alien in my backyard yesterday. Prove it.
Hey,
because video doesn't do anything. It's so hard.
My whole belief on that is, if you're a person that thinks we are the only species or planet that has life in this endless fucking space. You're crazy.
Yeah,
you're crazy.
Self-involved.
Is there small green men running around? I don't fucking know. Maybe, but is there plant life? Is there some type of life outside of our universe? Absolutely,
for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
That'd be crazy.
And is universe the entire thing? Is
No.
it galaxies and then the universe is everything?
It's our universe.
Multiple universes? You think the multiverse?
I don't fucking know. I don't want to go too deep because then
freaking kook.
Then it's gonna show how stupid we really are.
Yeah, what?
There's lots of
I know there's a
galaxies
moon, and then there's a Saturn and Uranus. Yeah. But I think there's galaxies. I think the universe is everything. I think that's what I think it is. The universe is every single thing, the endless amount. And galaxies and stuff are the little tiny neighborhoods, basically. Yeah. But the aliens, man, the proof is here. The guy is on TV.
Oh.
But I eventually, after this came out, I was hyped because already that buzz.
I remember the text messages.
That buzz about aliens.
Like, oh my God, Mexico.
Because if anybody was to reveal it, I would think it would be Mexico or like Russia to prove something to us. Like, okay, we got some aliens or whatever. But they ended up X-raying these things. They took them and X-rayed them. And they had bone structure and eggs inside or whatever.
Lano, this
could be pygmy people.
None of this
Peru is where they found it, not Mexico.
Has been confirmed outside of the Mexican government, which I don't even know if the Mexican government has any like skin in that game. I think it's that gentleman's lab that
I'm sure they have. I'm sure somewhere in the Mexican military there's some same as American sightings.
Well,
like coming across
they
pilots or things like that. Yeah,
what do they call it? Unmanned or
UAPs, which is UFOs, man.
Which is kind of hard too. Like let's be honest. You have drones. You have larger drones. Other countries using
unidentified aerial phenomenon.
What are the ones that actually are they called the Predators? The ones that military uses the drone strikes.
Yeah.
Those things are like plane size.
Yeah.
So
I saw a video today too. It's an old video. I've seen it once before. It's like jet propulsion. It's like this little thing that looks like a fish shape, and it like and it holds itself in a position. So it's like we have technology that can do something.
Again,
loud.
I'm not trying to like justify. There is no my whole view on this whole on alien or extraterrestrial life is outside of you'd be stupid to
Mine is
think,
also I would love there to be something else.
But I think we're the fucking ghetto.
Yeah,
I think
for
Earth
sure.
is the ghetto.
Yeah, we're trash.
We're fucking horribly like we're like primates.
Yeah, we're just so separate. And you think about these cultures that would possibly be visiting us. I bet they're more unified and peaceful with each other. You know,
well, not
maybe
even
not
that.
any wars.
To take
we can't travel anywhere else because we're always fighting each other.
The distance from here to anything that has intelligent life is so far. The amount of time to get here, we're so. I would figure we're like ants compared to where they're at, and the way we war with each other throughout all of our existence, the way we treat plant life and just animal life, just anything in general. Yeah. Like we're the ghetto.
Yeah.
We're the ghetto of the universe / galaxy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you want to go see some ghetto ass shit, you're going to planet Earth. Yeah. Just take a slow drive.
It's kind of like how you see Rick and Morty. I think that's what we are. We're the shittiest freaking thing in the galaxy or the universe for sure. But I said it's all proof here, Michael. It's all real.
It's all real.
If it's on YouTube, it's real.
And
that's
how
I live my life by. The New York Post. Yeah, the New York Post. But I ended up watching some other stuff on here. It was
some hard-hitting news, TMZ, man.
But you know,
I love
whatever
that shit.
CBS, they were all covering after, but they all brought up the fact that once they scanned
Fox News.
Yeah, they said it could have been just the head developed differently, like pygmy people or something like that in the past, because it was found in Peru, not Mexico. These were things and they look like. They're kind of stiff. None of them really fall apart.
They look fake as shit.
Yeah.
For you to bring up that, like, your stereotypical, like, alien, like...
Because this is what I saw. I saw this video right here. And
I saw this for the first time.
When they opened it up, I was like, but also aliens can be anything. I was like, well, they have oblong heads. I want them to be aliens.
This guy fucking texted me and was like, Mexican government confirmed that they're
they're there. They got some. They showed
oh, fuck. Okay, finally.
But at the same time, nobody seemed even...
And then I went home and I saw the video and I saw what was supposedly the alien. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That's like from Michael's during the Halloween like season. Yeah. Like, that is garbage.
I believe they're out there. That's all real. It's on TV.
It's all real.
Have you ever seen anything UFOs before or UAPs in your life?
No. Yeah. I haven't seen any weird shit like alien wise. No, I've never seen. I've seen like falling stars, but all that shit could be.
Just satellites and whatever.
Yeah,
I've seen something that made me think about UFOs back in an area over here called Bonita. Mm-hmm. My friend and I were staying in a fort that we built, and we had this one of those huge spotlight flashlights. His dad had a lot of money. It's my friend George. Oh, crap. Another technical difficulty. All right, we're back at it. Man, I was hoping this would go better than that. It was a stupid freaking light. But basically, we were staying on top of a fort that we just built, and we had this huge spotlight. And we were flickering inside, and you could see flight paths and stuff, like planes going by over Bonita. And so you know what's airplanes and what's helicopters and stuff like that. And one day we were clicking it in the sky, and we saw one that was like a solid orb, and it kept going and going in the same path that the rest of them, and it stopped. And we were like clicking, and it just started doing weird directions like this, and then it just took off one direction. And after that, we devoted that fort. We call it the Area 51. We were like trying to stay up all the times we could and see if we see anything. Never saw anything else again. So I've seen a weird thing that did... You know, like nowadays,
that's like one of your first drones.
Yeah, it could have been, but we saw something we see now, like all this footage. Like, you know, there's so much in there, like so much fake footage. But certain ones that like the government has said, like things just change, or pilots have said changed on a dime and stuff like that.
Is there weird shit that happens on the daily? Yes. I 100%. Like, to say there's not, but my whole thing is, TV, your programs, everything to do deep fakes and all that shit. It's so hard to fucking figure out what's real, what's not. Like, look at there's like 6 or 7, and then also now like when you're a little bit older, you kind of realize like human behavior, like. If you're hysterical and you're like, oh, I think I saw that, and like there's other people like, oh, I think I saw that too. Like they all get crazy, and you're just like,
it's cool.
There was nothing there.
It's cool to bond over something too. You're like, I saw it.
I was watching my wife had sent me TikToks of how like people just like pretend to be scared and scream and yell and like run out, and like you automatically do that too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, it's really hard. Have I seen weird shit that's not alien? Like, yes,
ghosts.
So I'm not ghosts. Okay, I'm not
paranormal.
I'm not even gonna say I saw. Have I felt? Yes.
What do you mean by feel? Like who felt?
Okay, let me give you like a let me break it down for you first. And again, I could care less what you think of me, but
we'll see how he feels.
I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. I did grow up religious with my mother being a Catholic. I have nothing against religion. I think it's very beautiful. People believe in that. Yeah. I respect it. My wife's family is very devoted to the church, and I respect them. And I'll go to church with them if they want me to.
We just lost possible subscribers.
No. Everyone that knows me knows that. I have religious friends. I love it, but to me, it's just never sat with me. I'm always a big evolution, science,
facts, man.
Yeah. It just has to.
Science. Yeah.
So growing up with my mother, let's just say like
an amazing person. So that's why I said when religion is done the right way. Yeah, it looks pretty good, when you get next to it, but there's a lot of bad things that follow.
So my mother's family, my grandma, who I never met, she passed away before I was born, but they used to believe in, I think Mexican culture, it's witchcraft, it's bruja.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I'm
bruja.
like butchering it.
Yeah.
Sorry. But
La Llorona. Like, I know that one. The double
So
L.
my mom would always, I grew up in a family where my mom would always, it's praying nonstop, like the evil spirits are going to get you. And she had like she would have like a little, not like a shrine, but just like family trinkets and just lots of candles. And every time you see her, even if you're just a friend, I'm praying for you. Yeah. And then like do the cross on the head and everything.
I'm all for that though. Hey, someone wants to pray for you, fantastic.
I would get phone calls when I left for college, when I left out of college to go to another state. I would always get phone calls from my mother. Hey, I love you, mijo. But mijo, I woke up and I felt that there was a feeling, and like I just want to call and tell you need to pray, and someone's out to get you, and like crazy shit like that. But she was just a genuinely like great person, and she would always call and be like, mijo, like I had a bad dream, and I just wanted to say I love you, and I'm gonna pray for you.
She's freaking me out. That was her trying to get you back home.
So building on that, I used to live in Chula Vista, in this house with like two other roommates, and one of the roommates had two cats. I don't do well with cats.
Yeah. Especially the hair thing.
Yeah, the hair thing, and then also like. They're like little psychopaths. They're like little fucking serial killers. Yeah. Keep away from them. Like
we have one here, and I think it's gonna murder us.
Yeah. So my thing with that was, I would close my door at night, and I'd always look underneath my bed. It was a small room, and I'd make sure none of the cats are in there because I can't sleep with like knowing that both of those little fuckers would be around doing shit, just like. Creepy. They're fucking creepy. Beautiful, but creepy. No, I lied. They're not beautiful, but they're creepy as fuck.
The eyes.
So I had fallen asleep one night, and I felt like I woke up, and in this room I had one light on one window that the moonlight kind of came in. It kind of lit it up a little. But other than that, I keep my room cold and pitch black. And it was a small room, and I felt like when I woke up, I felt like there was a weight on my chest. And I was like, you know what? There's something like maybe I'm half asleep.
Garrett wasn't shitting on you. Garrett was known to put his balls on people. Like,
well, this was before Garrett was there. Okay. Yeah.
Garrett
this was way before Garrett. But Garrett used to be one
Garrett's
of my
balls.
Yeah, Garrett.
Huge.
Huge.
They're huge. Yeah.
So I felt like I woke up, and like it was like a sleepy, and I was like, fuck, what is on my chest? And I looked down, and I was like, oh, there's nothing on my chest. I was like, fuck, it's hard to breathe. And I was like, fuck, it's just, I'm fat. It is what it is. And like I tried to get up, but I couldn't get up. It was just on my chest. Something was keeping
like an overall weight, like muscles not working, or physically something.
Physically, it felt like a human body was on me, like not. And I was like, okay, Michael, wake up. You're asleep, you're dreaming, but you got to wake up, because then I start freaking out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't freaking out. Nothing.
Screaming?
It wasn't, nothing paranormal came into my head. Uh-huh. It was just like, oh, fuck, am I having like a medical issue? I'm like, fuck. And I wasn't even that big back then. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, wake up, Michael, wake up. And like, I finally like got conscious.
Yeah.
But it was still there. I couldn't fucking lift up. And it just stayed heavy. And I was like, fuck. And then, Lano, I swear, and you know me, Lano, I don't believe in this shit. I instantly felt a fear like no other.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in fights with people bigger, larger than me. I've gotten my ass beat. There's a certain fear when you're getting your ass beat where you're just like, oh shit, like, is this going to go even darker at this point? Because it's like, you're not in a ring, you're not in that. But this fear was just like, it was like if I walked into a bedroom with a lion and it was like, I'm fucked. It was a sheer fear. I got like chills down my body and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And at that point I was like, I'm dreaming. I'm fucking dreaming. But then I like woke up and I was like, fuck. I was like, am I paralyzed? But that fear was just making me, and like my stomach was just hurting.
Sorry, technical difficulties again.
And the next thing that happened, fucking just, my mind couldn't compute. I like, from like laying down, I was like staring down at my stomach. I was like, what is happening? I'm like feeling fucking fearful right now. And
did you want to yell out to somebody? Or
I couldn't say anything. Wow. Like nothing was happening. And I looked over to the fucking corner of the room. And it was just like this. It wasn't a boogeyman or anything. It was just a dark figure. And it wasn't like, oh, that's a human being. It was just like a dark silhouette. At first, I was like, no, my eyes are playing tricks on me. That's just a shadow. And like, I was fixated on it. I'm like getting chills just thinking about it. I was fixated on it. And like,
and a boner.
A boner.
It was oddly so.
And I just, it just like, there was a fucking figure. And I was just like, and it was just like in my head, that fight or flight. And I wanted to fucking run. Like, fuck that. Like that corner right there. And it just, I kept on like looking back at it. And like in my brain, I'm like, now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe it was just me creating that figure.
Yeah.
It gets crazier. And I was just like, closed my eyes and I was just like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? I was just like freaking the fuck out, Lano. Like, I have no clue. That figure. And then I look back down and the fucking orange cat's on my chest.
Yeah? Oh.
The orange cat is on my chest. And it's
they
just
say
like,
that cats can see that stuff, you know?
No, Lano, I check my room and then, so like I go automatically.
You sure that cat was on your chest the whole time?
No. So
here's the thing. Here's
the thing. It's going, maybe that's how I was trying to justify it. I was like, you know what? I fucking woke up. The cat was on my chest hissing.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking hissing. I was like,
at you?
I'm fucking dead, dude.
At you?
Yes,
or
at
the
me.
Corner?
At me. It was hissing. And it was like, and I closed my eyes like, please God, please God, please God. I was like, I'm going to get fucked because I still couldn't move.
Oh.
I still couldn't move.
It's one heavy-ass cat.
And then finally, I like had my eyes closed, and the bitch starts fucking licking me. And I mind you, there's two cats. There's the white cat and there was the orange cat. The orange cat was the male cat. The orange cat hated me. The orange cat was the fighter. The orange cat would never come to my room. Would never fucking. It hated me. It didn't like people. And make a long story short, it started licking me, and then I felt at ease. I like, oh fuck. I felt like I woke up. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then the cat fucking went to the bottom of the, where my feet were at the end of the bed, and it just kind of curled up. And I was like, what the fuck? And like I woke up. No. I turned on the light, and it was around like, I want to say 2 a.m. And nothing was in the corner. The door was locked. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I had a fucking nightmare. This bitch got in here somehow. And I was like, I'm going to kick this bitch out. But I was like, oh, we're good. Nothing was out of the norm. Like, the corner was empty. I was like, I'm just fucking tripping. My cell phone goes off. And
this scared you.
Lano, this is where it gets, oh, fuck my life. I'm like getting chills thinking about that shit. Again, don't believe in that shit. Would you say I'm a liar?
No.
I'm very truthful, regardless of my faults.
You don't even tell that many stories, really.
Yeah, I don't really tell stories, like, because it's not my... But on the other end, it's my fucking mom. It's my fucking mom.
Yeah.
And I swear on everything, it's my fucking mom, and she's crying, and she's like, "Mijo, are you okay? Mijo, are you okay?"
And I'm thinking, me something like
and
that,
I was kind of shivering. I was like, "Oh fuck, what the fuck is she?" But then I was like, again, my head just like,
she's outside your window. Mijo, are you okay with this?
My mom sometimes stays up late. The medication, and the medication she takes, sometimes she's like an insomniac.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, she's just calling me with, it's just perfect timing. That's all in my head. It's perfect timing. I'm like, okay, I can write that off.
Yeah.
And then she drops, make sure the cat stays in your room. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was like, make sure that, she said the boy cat, which it's the orange cat. The other cat was a girl. She was like, make sure the boy cat stays in your room. Mijo, do not take the cat outside of your room. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like,
did you tell her what happened? Or you just
nothing.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't tell her about that shit until the next day. And she's like praying on the fucking phone. And I'm like, how did you know that the cat's in? She's like, Mijo, your grandma came to me. Because my mom used to say she would get visions in her dreams of my grandma, her mother. And because my grandma used to practice witchcraft as well. And she said, keep the cat in there. Keep the cat in there. And that's all she would say. She said that one of your children, again, my grandma only spoke Spanish.
Yeah. She's like, your favorite child is in trouble. Michael.
So one of your, so I don't know if she called other people, my other siblings, but she called me, freaked me the fuck out. And then my dad is Canadian, white, same as me, doesn't believe in religion, very scientific, evolution, and he got on the phone and he's like, oh, Michael, I'm really, really sorry. He was like, in so many words, was just like, she just woke up and she's like praying. He's like, I'm sorry, like, we're sorry to wake you up. And I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Let her fucking pray. Like, I was like, my stomach dropped. I started looking around the room like, fuck all of you guys. I was scared shitless. And my mom was like, Mijo, just say a prayer. Leave the cat in there. Don't go out. Stay. She was like, you'll be okay. She was like, I'm going to stay up. My dad told me she stayed up till like 5 a.m. till the sun came up praying.
Wow.
And that fucking cat stayed in my room. I woke up. The cat was gone. It like fucking slivered underneath the.
It turned into sand.
No, my roommate at that time would like open my door and like, if the cat wasn't like,
oh, let me get him out of there.
Notice that the cat wasn't in the house, so opened my room and cat left. But like, even my roommate at that time was like, what the fuck was the cat in there? Like,
how do you get in there?
Or just in general, like,
they could
what
chill
the
under
fuck?
the bed when you're not noticing.
Well, no, because that cat hated me. But to say the least, that shit was the most. Other than there was nothing, nothing else that like ever came to mind that. I've never seen ghosts. I've never seen.
I have. And I don't believe in any of that, so which is weird.
Yeah, I've never. I've been into like creepy places where like I think it's just like you as a human being. You're an animal. Your senses like. This is not a place I should be. Like, let's get the fuck out. Yeah. And also, like, I'm fucking Mexican, dude. Like, a creepy house, I'm not going in there. Yeah. I'm the first to get fucking.
I used to.
Yeah, no,
I'm more white. I guess I think my whiteness takes over.
Yeah, minorities are the first to go. Yeah. So I stay my ass out of all that shit. Yeah. Like let's go down this street. Like, nah,
Remember Slaughterhouse over near Dairy Mart Road here, San Ysidro? There was this house that was supposed to be the slaughterhouse. It was abandoned. It actually had a slaughterhouse in the back where chains with the hooks were on it and stuff like that. We used to take our metal band photos out there. We're like, let's go out there.
You guys are
nuts.
And
one time, Edwin and I went into that house and just, not ghost-wise, but we went in the house and it looks like something out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But we went in there and we couldn't hear, we just heard, and it looked like the wall was moving. We're like, oh, shit. And we had shitty phones like BlackBerry Pro at the time. We shined it. The whole wall was covered in bees. Just moving. It was a moving wall. But they felt like that type of vibe place. And the multiple things have happened with me and a friend going kind of that direction back towards Hamul area before East Lake was there. East Lake and Chula Vista.
Oh, it was like Proctor Valley.
Yeah, Proctor Valley.
Yeah.
So a lot of stories of Proctor Valley. And so my experience with like ghostly stuff is me and my friend Mike Duckworth was like my best friend in junior high school, and he was one of the first friends to be able to use a car. And he had his mom's station wagon. And side note, his mom was the first person that ever had the Jaws of Life used on him, I think, in California.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and after that, she didn't drive.
Oh, that's crazy. You're going to have to do a lot of cuts on this shit.
A lot of cuts. Another technical, we have a shitty-ass light. We're going to get this shit together. Michael and I are going to upgrade. But yeah, she was
held up by duct tape and fucking bubble gum.
We're going to send a picture. We're going to put the picture up here. But I said with the ghost thing, she was one of the first Jaws of Life was ever used. It was kind of crazy, just side note. So she didn't drive, so he got to drive the car all the time. So we went out to Proctor Valley, and it was like East Lake just turned into just Proctor Valley. I remember it would get really dark because the last little bit of road before all the construction happened, it was like smooth streets, and all of a sudden, boom, you just hit dirt.
Yeah.
And people used to say, he said he went out there once before. He parked the car in the middle of the Proctor Valley Road. He turned off the car with some friends, and they were smoking and stuff and doing that, smoking some wacky tobacco back in the day.
Wacky tobacco.
And they said they saw handprints on the window. And then the urban legend is there's an artist, our cartoonist was out there, and he killed his family. So all that bullshit. So one time he was like, dude, it's crazy out there. I was like, all right, let's go. Let's drive. Yeah. So we start driving through Jamul. We go the back roads, kind of heading towards like where Mexico, like Otay area. Yeah. And we get back then, this is probably this is early 2000s. You can kind of drive around and people wouldn't check you or anything like that, like how the border is now, all crazy. Yeah. So we drive out, and he's just driving. So I don't remember. We go through, I almost want to feel like kind of how Darien Road, it was like, and you know how Jamul is, right? It's kind of like rural, feels like country kind of roads and windy roads. And we were driving out, and we reached a point where it says you go further, you're going to be heading towards like going into Mexico. So we're like, well, we clearly can't go there, so let's turn around. We start driving back. And as we're driving there, there's kind of like a big kind of, they don't have cliffs or mountains there, but they have like hills and stuff. We come around a hill, and then there's this huge hairpin. Is it a hairpin curve? It'd be like an omega symbol, like a big U, basically. Yeah. We come around the one side, and all of a sudden a car is behind us out of nowhere. Two lights turn on, and it's like a V8. And you ever seen the movie with Joshua Jackson, Urban Legends? Oh, yeah. And there's an urban legend about this guy. If you make eye contact on the road, this is what's really true. I'm getting goosebumps. This trips me out because I remember watching that movie and you hear about all these stories and stuff. And you're like, well, where do they come from? We just turn around. There's no cars, and all of a sudden a car comes out of nowhere. So I'm thinking maybe it's like federales or it's a border patrol or something like that. Police, coyotes. Yeah, coyotes. They pull up behind us, and we're driving, and we're looking in the rearview mirror, and we're both in the front seat. And we're like, whoa, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, oh, where'd this guy come from? So we're driving, we're going. And we come around that curve. That guy's right next to us, pulling up the same speed as us. We don't want to look over because we're a young kid. We're in high school, whatever. We're like, no, don't make eye contact. This guy might run us off the road. He takes off, like just hauls ass. Kind of like we're like a dick move in here in California, like, oh, trying to rev on us and try to race us. He takes off, and we can see him going up towards that U shape that we're going to come up to. We already passed it. We turn the corner. He turns before us. We turn the corner. No car on the road ahead of us. There's not a car on the road going. It's like it would have been like a football field kind of distance. If we turn that corner, we should be able to see the car ahead. Maybe turn off his lights and went off of the edge or whatever it was. But the car, he probably died. We're like, whoa, and he's all fucking help on the side of the road. But he's gone. But that's one night. This is the same night. So we're driving. We're like, what the fuck? So we're getting hyped up now. We're like, oh shit. And as we're driving back, we're like, dude, what? That was crazy. What the hell happened? We go to this part of the street where there's like a little house, and it says do not stop at any time because it's not a road that has a pull off side because anybody can come around the corner and crash into you. So we stopped the car. It's like 1, 2 in the morning. Oh, we stopped the car. There's a house that has like a rocking chair on the front, and we're just sitting there. Yeah, we're sitting there, and I turn off the car because we're trying. I used to do that thing at my friend's house. He lives over by the amphitheater area when they're building new houses. There was a few houses that weren't finished yet. We used to just love going in there in the houses that weren't built yet, lock the door on each other, walk as far as we can into the darkness of the garage, and just see if we feel anything or something happens.
Why?
I don't know. We're just used to. I used to be scared like that.
Again, I'm not. I don't believe in that shit. Yeah. But like, I don't look for it.
I want to look for it. I want to stay at all the places. No. So we do that. We stop and we go. To make it even scarier, we're just trying to scare ourselves now because we saw that thing. We're like, oh, dude, this is freaky. So we get in the back seat. We both hop in the back seat, but leave the keys in the ignition. And we're sitting there. And all of a sudden, we're looking down. There's trees to our right. And it almost feels like, imagine like Savannah, Georgia. Like, you know, and if you've ever been in Hamul, it feels like sometimes the roads are really windy. It feels like you're not in San Diego.
Yeah.
And there's like houses on the side. It's very rural. We're looking at the house. There's like a rocking chair kind of thing, vibe in the front. Like, you know, the Pirates of the Caribbean, that little house at the very beginning, like in the bayou.
Yeah.
It feels like that kind of thing. And we stop there. And then we're looking out one side, we're looking at the other, and then we look out the side into like where not a forest, but there's just trees over there, and there's an image, a glowing, it looks like a person, just all white, kind of illuminating, just at the very end, like a person, and we both, I'm fucking getting spooked right now, and I remember looking at it, and this is the thing, if I was by myself, like you said, and I said these things, I'd probably be like you were saying, it could be a dream, I don't know what it is, I have another person there, I would love to talk to Michael again about it, to see what he remembers for that
His
experience.
perspective.
And I remember looking directly at it, and we're like, what is that? Like, I'm freaking myself out right now. I was like, what is that? You see that? And it looked like a shape of a person, but it was just luminescent. There's no figure.
That.
And all of a sudden, we're sitting there, and it starts making its way through the trees, like coming towards the car.
No!
And we're like, go! And we're both jumping over the front of the car to turn on the car. We take off. We're like, what the hell? And of course, this is the crazy part. Just like any movie you would have seen, Urban Legends, the car goes, and it's a fucking 1987 like station wagon. Starts doing the fucking thing. We're like, go! And it finally starts up. It takes off, and you still see the thing kind of coming through the trees, like a person or whatever the fuck it was. And we drive away. We don't learn our lesson. So we keep driving, and we're gonna leave Proctor Valley. And this is a real thing that happened. So we go again, and we stop where the handprint thing was, where he said, "Where the we're just like we're going for the trifecta. We're going for the trifecta
twice already.
Yeah, we're going for the trifecta.
Oh,
so
white people activities.
We're going for the trifecta. Where if we do it once, twice, third time's a charm. So we stop, turn off the car again, and we're sitting there. And then this is just a scary part because this is a real thing. All of a sudden, two headlights on the top of the hill. Boom. And we're like, what the fuck is that? You know, like what the heck is going on? All of a sudden, I don't know what it was. Oh shit!
God, and the light just goes up. You're gonna have to walk me to my car, fool. I'm all scared.
The light keeps going out. That was a perfect time.
Spooky.
Okay, yeah. This is scary stories. This is a segment every episode. Scary stories. But okay, so the lights go off, or the lights go on the car. Boom! There's like a car at the top of the hill, and we're like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then it starts coming down the hill, like coming at us in the car.
Towards you or behind you?
Towards us.
Okay.
We're like stopped facing the hill, and the hill's up on the way, and we see lights. Boom. And we're thinking, what the fuck is that? So this can actually be like the Border Patrol or Federales or something. Starts hauling ass down the hill like in a truck or something. Boom, boom. And I was like, oh, fuck. Let's get the fuck out of here. So we turn and start hauling ass towards the road again, and all of a sudden, we're
okay, are you... I'm trying to figure out, are you... driving out of Proctor Valley?
We're driving out of Proctor Valley, but it's, there's no specific road.
Yeah.
We're just stopped. And we see the fucking car
so now
coming
you're going
down.
Back to where the light.
Yeah, right where the lights, the car's coming down the hill.
Okay.
The car's coming down the hill. And I used to wear a hat. So my hat flies off as we're driving away because I had the window down. The hat flies out the car. And I love my fucking hat.
No.
So I literally stop the car. I get out of the car and I'm running to get my fucking hat. And I grab my hat like Indiana Jones status. Boom. And I take off. I hop back inside the fucking car and the truck just keeps coming towards us. And we haul ass. We get out there and it kind of just stops after a while and we take off. That one I think was just probably like federales or something or kind of checking us. But it was like a 3 fucking thing. 2 paranormal things and 1 fucking actual thing, somebody chasing us in one night. But I said when it comes to like ghosts and things like that, I've seen things like that. And that's not even including elementary school. I was walking to school one time late for like a dance and I lived really close. And I saw an image almost of a person coming out of the tree, kind of floating. I remember as a kid, and again, I'm fully awake, and I see it. It looked like a person coming out of the tree. And I remember screaming and running under the tree and then turning around and nothing being there. So like things like that. My mom seen an old man sitting at the edge, standing at the edge of her bed one time at her old apartment, just looking at her when she told me about it. This is my mom. My mom's not a crazy person, not into anything supernatural, and she saw something like that. So I don't believe in like afterlife or ghosts, but I've seen this weird stuff, and like that to me, you seeing that you seeing that was one thing. I'd be like, my friend had night terrors before and all that stuff, but your mom calling you and explaining to you exactly what happened. That's the fucking craziest shit.
Like my mom would like call, like my older brother used to, again, we live in San Diego. TJ's right there, Tijuana. A lot of the
Tijuana
teenagers throughout high school and everything.
You're real Mexican, Michael.
What?
Tijuana.
TJ. You're a dick. Go over and party, have fun. Drinking age over there is 18.
Oh yeah.
So
we used to go over there.
My older brother used to go over there all the time, and
well into his 30s.
But he got sick really, really bad. Again, to me, food poisoning.
Yeah.
Fucking the flu.
Yeah.
But my mom, like, and there's things like this, like where my mom was like, "Mijo, I feel," and like my older brother's kind of.
I had a dream you had diarrhea.
He enjoys the attention. My mom was like, "Someone cursed you. I'm gonna pray for you," and like my mom would call him and like check and see how he's doing, and my brother was like, "Oh yeah, maybe."
Oh,
like,
he acted
I'm
up.
like, "Shut the
I've been
fuck
feeling
up."
kind of crazy lately. I put the beads up. He used to wear beads too, huh? You know, like
probably still does.
Beads with the cross on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably fighting off demons at night. That's for like, what does your brother do?
It's crazy because my older brother is like, he is light complexion. He takes from my dad's side. He's white. Like he looks white. Like your dad, yeah, but fluent in Spanish. Just because how many times he frequent like over the border.
It's just culture. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that type of shit makes me laugh. That's freaky, man. That's freaky.
Insane. We've seen some things for skeptics and stuff. It's funny to see that thing, but still kind of not. I don't tie it to God or religion or anything like that. I do believe in energies and stuff like that. You know, I feel when we die, it's just maybe in some way, shape, or form, our body can be given to this earth.
Well, because if you really think about it in scientific terms, like your body's taking up a space for so long with. Oh fuck! What's his name? Neil deGrasse
Tyson.
Explained it.
He'll be on the podcast next week.
Yeah. Explain it in a way where it's like you're just energy. Yeah. But again, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Maybe there is a God. Maybe
we'll all find out at the end, or we won't.
Yeah.
It's either or.
Maybe it's just black.
Yeah. I want it to just be, but I want nothing.
Fucking what was that show? Jon Snow. It was just black.
Oh. What was that show?
No. What's the show called?
Game of Thrones.
I'm sorry.
Hey, what was that small show called? You're the one that got me into the damn show.
It was a great show.
Yeah, it was until the last season.
The last season
that could be another thing.
Yeah,
but I think we can probably end this podcast there with you guys having a hard time sleeping with our scary ghost stories. Yeah, spookies. Ooh. Just in time for Halloween. Maybe you know what? I have an idea. We'll hopefully do another podcast. We'll bring somebody else on that we'll vet. Who we think has an interesting ghost story. Costumes. Yeah, we'll wear costumes. Somebody ghost stories, maybe one or two people.
But they have to be like,
real
and like.
Yeah, we'll vet them a little bit.
Yeah, not like the.
Yeah.
Because I hate seeing fucking TikToks where like guys are like, dude, did you see that fucking Sasquatch is real?
Yeah. Or like, the ghost hunter guys. How they hear a sound and they just make up this crazy fucking story about it.
There's like these TikTok, and again, no disrespect, but these like younger like guys that talk about like, oh, did you hear that story?
Where
it's
yeah.
And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Well, it's clearly staged a certain way. Did you hear that story? It's like he's reading a fucking script off the thing. No scripts here, off the cuff.
Yeah. We'll definitely get someone for October.
Yeah.
Maybe dress up too. Costumes.
Yeah, we'll dress up. Yeah, we're going to do something. We'll do a Halloween podcast. But I think this will be our first really official one. We might upload another one before this, which was like a dry run. We had one we were at the table, a different setup. I think it was a good podcast.
Yeah.
We talked about maybe some things overlapping that we talked about on this one. Religion or something like that. We're not going to be too specific on things. I don't think, like I said, Michael and I were not right wing, left wing. We're just kind of down the middle. We just want to talk about stuff, and hopefully people end up chiming in on it. And we find people interested in doing it.
The way
I
explained it, and you'll probably hear it in the other podcasts, is it's bar talk.
Yeah, it's
like
bar. Yeah,
you're hanging out.
Yeah,
this is
what, on the wall.
Just talking shit, having fun.
Yeah.
All types of topics.
Be lots of movies.
Again, none of us are scientists.
Yeah. We are the dumbest fucking people when it comes to that stuff. I'm not dumb. Yeah. I want to believe though, man. Mulder, Scully stuff.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose we're godlike.
Back to the 90s, Mulder and Scully.
Yeah. But again, this is just some place to just come listen.
Yeah. Just check it out.
Yeah, have fun.
But we're glad we got another one knocked out. Happy birthday to Michael.
Yeah.
And party. We'll be wearing 90s gear. We're gonna hopefully be fashion for it. I'm gonna go JTT, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. backwards hat because I have to wear hats because my thinning ass hair. But it's a look.
I knew that was going to come into play.
I know, yeah. This is all about my insecurities. I have my thinning hair. I've been fighting it, microneedling my head recently. It was bleeding like crazy yesterday. I put minoxidil. I'm trying to get it back. I'm trying to get my sexy back. I'm a single guy. I'm trying to get my sexy up. Trying to use this platform.
You just said, "Hey, this is going to be the end of the podcast."
Yeah, no.
Have you seen my thinning hair?
Yeah, that's why the lighting's like this. It's not because it looks cool. It just helps me look better. That's all it's for.
You're one of those people that just like drops and just fucking tells your whole life story in 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, I do. I let people know. I'm an open book. I don't want to surprise anybody or anything. You didn't know
my thinning hair.
Yeah, thinning hair.
I fucking have high blood pressure.
Yeah, we both have high blood pressure.
We have lots of podcasts.
Yeah, we have lots of podcasts. This is the health podcast. This is the insecurity podcast.
Insecurity.
But we're getting fixed. But that was the podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're going to knock out another one. The lights might change. Other kind of stuff might advance. This thing has been poking me on my freaking neck the entire time. But I don't want to ruin it. We already had multiple interruptions. The new thing, getting new light. A permanent kind of setup. I got a bunch of wires and shit here. But
you're all trying to convince them. They don't give a fuck.
No, I'm going to show a picture of how crazy this fucking is.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
We don't have a fucking outro.
Yeah, no, we don't have an outro. We can make up a rap song right now, whatever. But yeah, like and subscribe, do that. We were basing the last podcast, we were talking shit about like and subscribing and how much we don't like anything or I don't subscribe to anything. And we're like, well, I think we're going to have to start going.
I used to talk so much shit about a bunch of losers like and subscribe.
I don't like and subscribe to anybody shit. I don't like anybody.
Don't do it.
But like and subscribe to this shit. Yeah.
Just listen. Don't do it.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. We're trying to get monetized. Come on. We're trying to quit day jobs eventually. All right. Well, let's end it here.
All right, later.
Peace out. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Peace.